What up, everybody? It's me again. I know it's been a long time, but from what I woke up to this morning, what I think I understand, it seems that there's some kind of glitch that happened relating to the Democratic candidates competing to become a candidate in the primaries. And if you ask me, it just looks like they're trying to cheat Bernie Sanders out of it again, this time digitally, as opposed to the 2016 election, where what they did was they shredded the actual written physical votes that were turned in. And it's funny, a lot of people already making conspiracy theories about it. We all know what's happening. For some reason, they don't want the winner to win. Actually, I was stuck between voting for Bernie and Donald Trump. I was thinking to myself, man, who should I vote for? Because they're both pretty good for the country in their own way, and they both have things that I don't like about them. Like, I'll tell you the one thing I like about Bernie Sanders. He wants to stop all the wars in the Middle East. That's great. I think right wing, left wing, libertarian, or no party, whatever you are, we should pursue that. We should pursue to have less wars, if not, no wars at all. However, what I don't like about Bernie Sanders is he wants to increase taxes on the rich, he says, only the rich, to benefit people who are poor. I never like things like that. I mean, I see how it could be beneficial even for people like me. And of course, once I receive the benefits, I'm gonna take the extra checks or extra benefits gladly with a big smile on my face. But at the same time, the IRS has already lost trillions of dollars, and they're probably still losing trillions of dollars. And they've probably done this under every administration. And not to mention the trillions of dollars that the Pentagon loses, although the IRS lost way more. No one gets arrested, no one gets held accountable. We never find out whatever happened to all of that money. So why do we want to increase taxes when our government is already losing trillions of dollars with the current tax system that we have now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd like to fix that spending problem first that the government has before we even talk about raising taxes on any class, whether it's the rich or everyone across the board. One thing that I do like and don't like about Bernie Sanders is his gun control policy. I think it's appropriate. I like what he's proposing about how we should make it mandatory to have background checks for sales of private firearms between private citizens. Like, I'm sorry, I do agree with that. I think that's a good idea that he has. I think if you try to sell a gun to me, the government should pay for me to get a background check for me to be able to legally own that gun. I believe that. Yeah. And you can say that, oh, that violates our freedoms and all that. We can agree to disagree. But what I don't like about his gun control policy, about Bernie Sanders' gun control policy, is that he wants to prohibit certain type of firearms. I think we should be able to own any kind of firearm as long as, legally we're not banned from owning firearms. Of course, violent felons are no longer allowed to own certain types of weapons. So, of course, I disagree with him on that, on just taking certain gun privileges away from people across the board, everybody across the board. I don't agree with that one little thing. But aside from the taxes and that part of his gun control policy, I like Bernie Sanders a lot. And every time I see him running, I'm confused of whether should I vote for him or Trump. Because Trump is more of a war hawk than I would like for him to be. I don't see any end to these endless wars. But now, they're cheating Bernie Sanders out of the primaries, like they did before, this time with a glitch. And once again, Trump is going to win. He's got my vote, because if Bernie isn't there, I'm going to vote for Trump. It's just the way it is. All the other people, I'm scared of them. All the other candidates running, I'm very afraid of them. I don't trust them. They're not sensible to me. They're too selfish and corrupted. I prefer Trump over them, and I prefer Bernie Sanders over them. Now, I might be wrong. Maybe they didn't cheat Bernie out of the primaries, but I think they did. So I guess we'll see how it plays out. Peace, everybody.